Hi, today we are going to talk about plural possessive nouns and how to show ownership with these plural possessive nouns. So you have been doing some practice with singular possessive nouns, and we said that anytime we are talking about possessive, that means ownership or showing belonging to. And we practiced with a lot of different nouns, and we would add an apostrophe S to the end of them to show that something belonged to that noun. Well, today we're going to try that, but with plural nouns. So if you remember, a plural noun is more than one person, place, or thing. So that can mean dogs, people, men. These are all plural nouns. Notice that a plural noun does not always have to end with an S. People, that's more than one person. That doesn't end with an S. Men, that's more than one man, but it doesn't end with an S. So those plural nouns can sometimes be plural without ending in S. But let's talk about first those plural nouns that do end in an S. So like dogs, D-O-G-S, more than one dog. When a plural noun ends with S, add only an apostrophe to the end of the word. So let's look at a couple examples here. First, the pumpkins owned by the boys. Whose pumpkins are they? Well, the boys. We're talking about more than one boy, plural noun here. So we're going to say the boys and then just add an apostrophe, pumpkins. We're talking about more than one boy. To show it belongs to these boys, we just add an apostrophe. I know that looks really strange, but go with me on this, okay? Eyes of the puppies. Whose eyes? The puppy's eyes. We're talking about more than one puppy. Puppies is plural, so we want to say the puppies apostrophe eyes. Okay, I know it's looking weird, but just stay with me here. Curly tails of the pigs. Whose curly tails? Why, the pigs. So it's the pigs, that's already plural, apostrophe, curly tails. Okay, let's do one more. Poems by 4 authors. Well, right there, I see 4. I know that authors needs to be plural because I'm talking about 4 of them. So the authors, or we could even say the 4 authors' poems. The poems belong to these 4 authors. We just add an apostrophe at the end of authors. Okay, so you have S apostrophe. I know that's weird, but trust me. Okay, so now what about those plural nouns that don't end with S? So like people, men. What do you do then? Well, when a plural noun does not end with S, you add apostrophe and S. So kind of like what you've been doing in the past, apostrophe S, to show that ownership. So let's look at some of those examples. The toys of the children. Well, I know children means more than one child. Children. I want to show that these toys belong to these children. The children's, apostrophe S, toys. Okay, let's look at a little normal to you. Antlers of both deer. Well, deer is one of those kind of tricky ones. If I have 1 deer, I still say deer. If I have 38 deer, I say deer. I don't say deers. Okay? In this case, my example says both. So that gives me a hint that I'm talking about 2 deer, more than 1 deer. So it's going to be both deer's antlers. That apostrophe S shows that the antlers belong to both deer. Okay? Reports by these men. Men is plural, so I'm going to add apostrophe S to show the ownership. These men's reports. Okay? They belong to these men, more than one. Cage of both mice. Mice is already plural. It's kind of like that children and men example. We know that we're talking about more than one mouse. The cage belongs to both mice. both mice's, apostrophe S, cage. Okay, so now let's try a little more practice here. The favorite food of the animals is cheese. Well, I know I'm talking about more than one animal because I've got animals here. So I'm going to say the animals, just apostrophe, because animals ends in S. It's already plural. I just need to add the apostrophe. The animals' favorite food is cheese. Okay. Now, the table of the two judges faced the ring. Judges is plural. It's already got the S there. So I know I'm just going to add an apostrophe right after the word. So it's going to be the two judges table. The table belongs to the two judges faced the ring. Do one more. The trucks belonging to the three women wouldn't start. Well, women is plural, but it's one of those that doesn't end in S. So in order to show ownership, I have to add apostrophe S. So it's going to be the three women's trucks wouldn't start. Okay? So let's do a real quick review. When we have a plural noun, so more than one, that ends with S, you add only an apostrophe to the end of the word. So the boys, pumpkins, puppies' eyes, pigs, curly tails, authors, poems. But if it's a plural noun and it does not end with S, so like children, deer, men, that's when we add apostrophe S. Okay? So take one more look at those rules. When a plural noun ends with S, add only an apostrophe to the end of the word. When a plural noun does not end with S, add an apostrophe and the S to the end of the word. I know that's a lot of new information and it doesn't really come naturally to us to understand it that way. So if you need to rewatch this to really understand these rules, do that. But if you're ready to do some independent practice, go ahead and stop the video and then move on to your practice. And good luck!